Archangel Michael says, a heavenly transfer meant just for you is divinely scheduled at exactly 8:15 p.m. tonight, and if your heart turns away now, you may miss the greatest blessing that has been set aside for your name and your name alone. The moment is delicate. Heaven has not only appointed this time, it has prepared the fullness of it with grace, protection, and the kind of abundance that cannot be counted with coins, but only by the weight it carries in your soul. God is not sending this moment randomly. This is a divine hour carved out of eternity for your life to change. There are seasons when heaven watches you quietly, letting you walk through your daily routines and worries, holding its peace. But then, there are rare moments like this one, when all of heaven leans close, when the angels move into place, and when the hand of God is extended toward you, not just to comfort you, but to deliver a gift too great for words. This is one of those moments. This is not a warning to frighten you, it's a gentle whisper meant to save you from wandering away when your miracle is standing right at the door. Type 1919 to embrace healing. Your tears have not been in vain. Your silent cries at night, when no one saw or understood, were counted like precious oil poured before the throne of God. Every time you chose to keep your faith instead of giving in to despair, every time you held on to kindness when you were met with cruelty, those moments were not lost. Heaven saw all of them. And now, they are returning to you in the form of this divine release, this sacred transfer that has been timed perfectly by the Creator. Like this video and subscribe to this channel if you believe God's love is forever. What's coming to you is not just physical provision. It's the kind of peace that fills up the cracks inside of you, the kind of joy that feels like coming home after years of being lost. It's a restoration that doesn't just put things back where they were, it makes them better than they ever could have been on your own. God has waited for this day because He wanted your heart to be ready to receive something this holy. He wanted your faith to be pure enough to handle what others would mishandle. You might be tempted to think this message is like all the others you've seen. But there is a stirring deep inside your spirit right now that confirms this is different. You can feel it, not in your mind, but in the quiet space inside you that has been secretly waiting for something bigger than explanation. That's the Spirit of God pulling on you, inviting you, not forcing you, because real love never forces, it simply waits with open arms. Tonight at 8:15 p.m. is not a random time. It is the very second your name will be lifted before the courts of heaven, and the gates that have stayed shut for far too long will begin to open. Angels have already been dispatched to prepare the way. Every delay you've experienced has been building toward this moment. What looked like silence was actually strategy. What felt like abandonment was really preservation. And now, God is saying, it's time. What if the fastest path to wealth was already inside your mind, waiting to be activated by a powerful sound wave? Scientists call it the money-attracting frequency, and once awakened, it begins drawing opportunities, success, and financial freedom like never before. Imagine the relief of no more bills and the joy of living your dreams. This is more than an offer, it is a divine turning point. Your destiny is waiting, but only if you choose to move now. Click the link in the video description and comments below to turn on this ancient brain wave today. This blessing has been hidden from the eyes of those who would misuse it. That's why you felt left behind while others were running ahead. You were not being punished, you were being protected. This transfer isn't just about money or opportunity. It's about legacy. It's about healing. It's about breaking every chain that has tried to wrap itself around your family, your health, your dreams, and your peace of mind. It's about ending cycles that generations before you could not break. The enemy would love for you to skip this. To ignore it. To assume it's not for you. That's always been the plan, to wear you down until you stop believing. But heaven is calling you back into position now. This isn't about perfection, it's about obedience. It's about trust. All you need to do is receive what God has already decided to give you. There's nothing more to earn. There's nothing more to prove. You just need to open your heart. God doesn't work by chance. He moves in divine order. And this message came to you at this exact time for a reason. It didn't show up an hour early, and it wasn't delayed a second late. That's how precise heaven is when something sacred is being delivered. You're not forgotten. You're not too far gone. You're not being teased by a miracle that will never come. You're being invited into the fullness of what Jesus already paid for on your behalf. Type 222 if you know God is with you. No one else can take what has your name on it. But if you walk away now, the timing may pass you by. It's not about fear. It's about timing. Just like a flower blooms when the season is right, this is your blooming hour. What you've prayed for, cried over, and nearly gave up on is now being handed to you by a hand that never forgets, never abandons, and never fails. Let your heart be still now. Let the noise of the world fall away. And let this message settle deeply within you. Because it's not just a message, it's an arrival. An arrival of something holy, pure, and meant just for you. Do not skip what heaven has planned. This is the moment everything begins to change. God's timing has never once failed, even when it felt like you were walking through shadows longer than you could bear. The truth is, God wasn't delaying to punish you, He was preparing something deeper in you. He was shaping the endurance of your spirit, carving out the strength in your heart, and setting the foundations of a destiny so specific that only you can carry it. This divine transfer is not a transaction. It's a transition. A shift from brokenness to healing, from emptiness to overflow, from waiting to receiving. There have been moments in your life where you felt like you were standing on the edge of something great, only to watch it slip away like dust through your fingers. You tried not to lose hope. You convinced yourself to smile through disappointment, to carry on while aching, to serve others while your own needs went unmet. And heaven saw that. It was never unnoticed. It was never forgotten. It was written down, held close, and now, it is being returned to you, multiplied, purified, and wrapped in the breath of God Himself. The time has been written. The hour is marked. 8:15 p.m. is not just a physical time, it's a spiritual appointment. Everything in the unseen realm is aligning around this hour. Angels have already surrounded what is being sent to you, and they are guarding it with a holy seriousness because what's coming is not just about you, it's about everyone connected to your life, your family, your lineage, and the many lives you are destined to impact. You have always been more important to heaven than you realized. The pain you endured wasn't a punishment, it was a prophetic preparation. You were being made strong enough to carry something that others would have mishandled. God has trusted you with this moment because He saw something inside of you that never gave up, even when you felt like you had nothing left. That's why this transfer is so sacred. It is a celebration of what you survived. It is the reward for not letting go when it would have been easier to walk away. Do not turn away, remain until the end, because this message holds strength for your heart. This is not just an invitation to receive something, you are being summoned by heaven to step into what was always written for you. You don't need to fight anymore. You don't need to beg. You don't need to overthink. You simply need to be open. Let your heart rest in the truth that your name has not been lost in the noise of the world. It has been spoken clearly and powerfully in a place where no darkness can interrupt what's meant for you. God is not giving you leftovers. He's not giving you the crumbs of what others rejected. He is giving you the first and best of what heaven has set aside, with your name etched into every detail of it. This moment is not about earning favor, it's about walking into what's already been prepared for you. And as the hour draws closer, everything around you will begin to align. Your spirit will feel it. You might not be able to explain it, but something inside you knows this is real. That sense of urgency, of deep inner knowing, is not fear, it's the confirmation of the Holy Spirit stirring inside your soul. Heaven is deeply personal. And God is not just working on your behalf, He is walking with you. He's seen every tear you cried behind closed doors, every silent ache you never had words for, and every hope you buried because it hurt too much to keep believing. Tonight, all of it comes together. The release is near. The blessing is on its way. And nothing in this world, not even your own doubts, can stop what has already been written. But you must not ignore this moment. You must not allow weariness to close your heart when heaven is knocking with the very thing you once begged for. If you let this pass, the timing will move forward without you, and the moment will return to the hands of God, waiting again for a future time. That is not what heaven wants. God wants you to have this now. This is your now moment. Type 1515 to receive peace in your soul. Let your heart agree. Let your spirit receive. Let your soul rise again. Because tonight, at that exact moment, heaven will open, and something holy will be placed into your life. A healing. A provision. A peace. A joy. A shift so sacred that no words will be able to fully describe what it feels like. You won't need to explain it. People will simply see it all over you. Let go of fear. Let go of delay. Let go of the thoughts that tell you this is too good to be true. This isn't too good to be true, it's just too holy to be ordinary. This divine transfer is not being rushed or thrown together. It is being delivered in perfection, with the fingerprints of God marking every corner of it. The angels assigned to you are not just observing from afar, they are actively shielding your path, removing every hidden trap that was meant to distract you before this moment could fully unfold. Everything that tried to delay you, everything that confused you, everything that wore down your spirit is now bowing to the authority of the one who holds all time and eternity in his hands. What if 7 minutes could rewrite your financial future forever? This hidden frequency, backed by neuroscience, flips the brain's natural wealth switch, unleashing unstoppable prosperity. People are calling it the money magnet sound, and it's already transforming lives. But hesitation means missing out while others move ahead. This is your moment to act. Click the link in the video description and comments below to awaken the wealth inside you today before the chance slips away. You are not reading this by mistake. Your heart is not stirring by accident. The presence you feel surrounding you right now is not imagined. That quiet stirring inside you, that sense of weightlessness and warmth, is a sign that your spirit recognizes the truth even before your mind fully understands it. This message is heaven's final preparation. It is the last call before the gates open wide. There is a transfer waiting for you, yes, a divine release that does not come from human effort, but from holy intention. God is about to restore things in your life that were stolen in silence. Things you didn't even know you lost because they were taken slowly, over time, through pain, betrayal, neglect, or disappointment. But now, everything is returning. Not just the physical things. Not just the opportunities or open doors. God is restoring the version of you that believed deeply. The version of you that trusted fully. The version of you that carried joy without effort. That's what this transfer is really about. Your breakthrough has a voice, and it's beginning to speak now. It doesn't shout, it whispers with the authority of eternity. And the voice is calling you forward, not with pressure, but with purpose. It is saying, come into alignment. Come into trust. Come into the flow of what I have been shaping for you behind the veil. There is a holy hush that heaven sends before a miracle. A stillness that comes not from the absence of noise, but from the overwhelming presence of peace. You may be feeling that now, the kind of calm that doesn't make sense given your circumstances. That is God. That is the prelude to the shift. He is preparing you not just to receive, but to be changed by what is coming. Type 1616 if you surrender to God's will. What's waiting at 8:15 p.m. tonight is not just a gift, it's a divine redirection. A rerouting of your path toward the fulfillment of God's perfect will for your life. Every detour you've taken, every wrong turn, every roadblock that discouraged you, it's all being made right. The pieces that felt random are being woven together in ways that will leave you in awe. You will look back on this moment and realize that it wasn't just a turning point, it was the moment your whole life stepped into divine order. You don't have to figure it all out. You don't have to understand how it will come or who it will come through. You just have to remain open. You just have to stay near. Near to the one who created you, who remembers you, and who is faithful to complete what he started in you. Even now, heaven is pouring over your life with mercy. This isn't a moment of judgment. This is a moment of kindness. God is not looking at your failures, He's looking at your heart. And what He sees is someone who kept going when it would have been easier to stop. Someone who still prays, even when the answers seem delayed. Someone who still believes, even when the hope is fragile. That kind of faith is precious. That kind of faith attracts heaven. And that's why this transfer is coming. The enemy wanted to convince you that your time was over. That the best had passed. That your dreams had expired. But the enemy does not have the final word. God does. And His word over your life is still yes and still alive. You are still chosen. You are still loved. You are still needed. And what is being released to you tonight is proof of that love. Proof that God's promises were not lies dressed in hope, but living seeds planted in time. Let your heart settle into that truth. Let every worry melt away. Let every fear lose its voice. Because what is coming to you now is from a place where fear cannot touch. It's from heaven. It's yours. And it is coming exactly on time. This divine transfer is a holy transaction that cannot be intercepted, diluted, or stolen by the schemes of darkness. It was written for you long before your struggles began. It was promised to your spirit before your heart knew how to hope. God crafted this gift not to impress you, but to fulfill a portion of the purpose He planted within you. There is something that will be settled tonight in the unseen realm. An old battle will close. A new season will begin. And your soul will finally feel the shift it's been craving. You've carried burdens for far too long that were never yours to bear. You've walked through storms that wore down your confidence and left you doubting if you were ever really seen by God. But every storm you passed through, every tear you cried, every prayer you whispered beneath your breath has risen like a fragrance before the throne of heaven. And heaven has responded not with silence, but with this divine move, one that carries the weight of mercy and the beauty of justice. Type 2020 to claim joy and strength. What's coming is not small. It's not a temporary comfort. It's the kind of outpouring that transforms your story. It will touch places in your heart that have long been silent. It will revive the dreams you buried out of exhaustion. It will mend the cracks you thought would always remain part of your soul. The divine transfer is not just a resource, it is healing wrapped in provision, peace woven into favor, and grace poured into the very dry places of your life. What if 7 minutes of sound could end years of financial struggle and replace it with freedom, prosperity, and peace? This ancient frequency, once locked away in secret government research, is now changing lives everywhere. Imagine bills erased, doors opening, and sudden windfalls flowing into your hands. but every delay is wealth lost forever. Click the link in the video description and comments below to switch on your money wave and claim abundance today. Right now, there is a holy anticipation rising in the realm of angels. A rejoicing that begins even before the blessing is received. Because heaven celebrates not just the release of the miracle, but the readiness of the heart. And your heart, though weary, is ready. You may not feel prepared. You may feel overwhelmed. But God doesn't move based on our comfort. He moves according to divine timing. And that timing is now. Every delay you endured was not a denial. Every pause you walked through was not punishment. Those moments were preparation. God was building in you the strength to carry something greater than what you imagined. And tonight, what He is releasing is going to prove that every season of lack had purpose. It will make sense, not all at once, but over time. And when you look back, you will not feel bitterness. You will feel awe. Because only heaven can take brokenness and turn it into beauty. Do not allow the enemy to distract you now. Do not let fear confuse you. Do not let the weariness of your waiting rob you of your readiness. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not forgotten. The very moment the clock strikes 8:15 p.m., something will shift in the realm of your life. It may not come with loud fireworks. It may not make sense right away. But a door will open. An answer will come. And you will feel the release. This divine transfer isn't only about what is being added to your life. It's also about what will be removed. The weight of regret will be lifted. The shadow of shame will be broken. The cycle of fear will end. God doesn't just bless you with gifts, He blesses you with freedom. And tonight, He is sending both. Type Amen if you believe in God's love, and share this inspiring video with 9 friends to open the way for blessings and miracles. You don't need to strive for this. You don't need to perform. You only need to receive. God is not asking for perfection. He is asking for trust. If you can keep your heart open, even with the cracks still healing, He can pour into you more than you've ever imagined. Because His love is not looking for the strongest vessel. It's looking for the willing one. And heaven sees that you are willing. Stay in this place of peace. Let go of trying to understand every detail. Let your heart rest in the assurance that you are held by the same hands that painted the stars. The same God who watches over the oceans is watching over this moment for you. It is protected. It is promised. And it is powerful. In this hour leading to your breakthrough, remain still. Do not rush. Do not resist. Just be present. Just breathe. Let God do what only He can do. Because this isn't just about a blessing, it's about becoming everything you were always meant to be. Type 111 if you believe miracles are near. This moment is not about luck. It's not a coincidence or a random push of favor. It is the evidence of God's faithfulness, arriving right on time, after every trial that tried to break you and every delay that tried to discourage you. What you're about to receive is not the result of striving, but the fruit of staying. Staying grounded in love. Staying loyal to hope. Staying connected to the quiet belief that God will come through, even when everything around you said otherwise. There are things being unlocked tonight in the Spirit. Deep places within you that were once silenced by grief or paralyzed by fear are being touched by the hand of the Father. This divine transfer is not just about restoring what was lost, it's about redeeming what never had the chance to bloom. Seeds that were planted in seasons of pain are finally bursting through the soil of time, watered by your tears and nourished by your prayers. The transfer coming to you is wrapped in peace. It doesn't bring pressure or panic. It doesn't come with noise or chaos. It comes with gentleness. It comes with clarity. It will feel like a door opening without effort, like a window of light entering a room that had grown dim. And with it will come the sense that God is not just working for you, but within you. Healing. Strengthening. Rebuilding. You have been faithful in the unseen. You have loved even when it wasn't returned. You have given when you had little. You've walked through disappointment and still whispered, "God, I trust you." That kind of faith moves heaven. That kind of heart is rare. And that is why this moment belongs to you. God is not giving you what you deserve based on your failures. He is giving you what He planned for you based on your perseverance. This transfer is not just a gift, it's a sign. A sign that the season of wandering is over. A sign that the season of lack is closing. A sign that you are stepping into a divine alignment where everything begins to make sense again. You are not going backward. You are not stuck. You are being elevated. Quietly. Powerfully. Completely. There will be a moment tonight, perhaps subtle, perhaps strong, when you will feel a shift inside of you. Do not dismiss it. Do not brush it off as emotion. That feeling is the Spirit of God confirming that what He has promised is now arriving. That inner peace you've longed for is tied to this transfer. That reassurance you've prayed for is tied to this transfer. That next level you've been waiting on, it begins now. Let go of what tried to convince you that this would never happen. Let go of the voices that told you it was too late. Let go of the fear that whispers that you're not worthy. You are worthy, not because of your perfection, but because of God's love. A love so deep, so patient, so constant, that even when you ran from Him, He never stopped preparing this moment for you. The hour has already been chosen. The blessing has already been packed in heaven's light. The favor, the healing, the restoration, it's already moving toward your name. And as that clock nears 8:15 p.m., everything in the spiritual realm will begin to come into perfect formation. Angels have been released. Your name has been declared. The covering has been established. This transfer is secure. Type Amen to trust God's plan for your life. Do not second-guess yourself now. Do not allow the shadows of your past to cloud the beauty of what's about to arrive. You are not defined by what happened before. You are defined by the one who still calls you chosen. You are seen. You are remembered. And you are about to receive something that will change the entire atmosphere of your life. Let this be the moment you breathe deeper. Let this be the night you lay down every fear. Let this be the beginning of your restoration, not in small ways, but in ways that leave you undone by God's goodness. Because this isn't just a promise, it's a performance. Heaven is not preparing to bless you. Heaven has already decided that you will be blessed. Stay near. Stay open. Stay ready. This is not the end of your story. This is the chapter where God begins to show you why none of it was wasted. God saw your strength when you didn't feel strong. He saw your faith when your heart was trembling. And while others judged your life from the outside, heaven saw the inside, the quiet courage, the patient endurance, the kind of loyalty to God that doesn't waver even when your soul is tired. That's why this moment is so sacred. It is the reward of unseen obedience. The harvest of long nights of hope. This divine transfer is not simply about wealth or resources, although blessings will come. It is about something much more permanent, your identity being restored, your path being corrected, your future being cleared of the fog that once surrounded it. Heaven is not just sending help. Heaven is sending healing. Healing for the parts of your life that became numb. Healing for the parts of your story that felt like they would always remain broken chapters. This is not just the end of a waiting season. It's the start of a life that feels whole again. The kind of life where you're not barely surviving, but truly breathing, truly resting, truly living in the rhythm of grace. God is moving everything into alignment so that you no longer have to strive to find your place, because your place is already being prepared for you, wrapped in favor, soaked in peace, and secured by heaven's hand. There will be signs even before the hour strikes. You might notice a calmness that wasn't there before. Or a sudden clarity about something that once confused you. That's heaven softening the soil of your life, making room for what's about to be planted. Nothing is being rushed. Nothing is being forced. God is doing this perfectly. And when He moves, there is no mistake, no regret, no burden, only a deep and quiet confirmation that you are exactly where you are meant to be. You are not waiting for a miracle anymore. You are standing inside of one. The truth is simple: you were created for abundance, yet a dormant brain signal has been holding you back. Scientists call it the money-attracting frequency, and once awakened, it pulls wealth into your life like never before. Others who pressed play once are already transformed, living the life they dreamed of. Do not hesitate or let regret steal this chance. Click the link in the video description and comments below to unlock your prosperity now. Type 3030 if you believe Jesus lives in your heart. This is your confirmation that the delay was never a denial. That the pain had purpose. That the heartbreak did not destroy the promise. It refined it. It purified it. And now, what you're receiving will not be temporary relief, it will be a permanent shift. A new rhythm. A new walk. A new sound in your soul. You will no longer carry the heaviness of feeling like the forgotten one. You will no longer carry the burden of believing that your prayers fell into silence. What's coming to you now will be so personal, so clear, so undeniable that you won't have to wonder if it came from God. You will know it deep in your spirit, because it will carry peace that silences fear. It will bring light that heals the dark corners of your heart. It will feel like being seen for the first time in a long time. This divine transfer is not just about setting your life in motion, it's about closing the door to everything that kept you stuck. Every voice of doubt, every memory of rejection, every moment you questioned your worth, God is sealing those wounds with His love. He is rewriting the ending of your story with compassion, and He is placing His hand upon your future with confidence. You are not standing in front of an opportunity. You are standing in front of an appointment. One that heaven scheduled just for you. One that could never be cancelled, delayed, or given to someone else. You are not an afterthought. You are the purpose behind this entire plan. That is why the angels are preparing now. That is why the time has been announced. That is why the wind of heaven is blowing softly around you even as you read this. Do not walk away from this moment. Do not let the enemy whisper lies in your ear and convince you to stay in fear. This is your time to rise. To receive. To rejoice. You are not too late, you are right on time. This transfer is not arriving because of anything you did perfectly. It's coming because God's love is relentless, because His promises are not built on your strength, but on His mercy. He knew exactly when to send it. He knew how long you could carry the weight. He knew how many nights you stayed quiet in the middle of your pain and whispered His name, not for attention, but for survival. Every one of those moments became the foundation for what is being released now. God's plan is not reactionary. He's not blessing you just to make up for what you lost. He's blessing you because He saw the beginning, the middle, and the end of your story, and this was always part of the journey. This moment was already scheduled in heaven before you even knew how to pray for it. The delay wasn't because you were forgotten. It was because what's coming needed to be perfectly prepared, in perfect timing, for your heart to be fully ready. This is the kind of blessing that changes atmospheres. It doesn't just land in your life quietly. It radiates through every part of your being. Your peace will return. Your smile will come back, not forced or faked, but natural and full of light. The heaviness that has followed you like a shadow will finally lift. The people who spoke over you in judgment will be silenced, not by your words, but by the undeniable evidence of God's favor on your life. Type "I believe" if you believe miracles are on the way. Even now, as heaven finalizes the details of your blessing, there is a covering being extended over your home, your heart, your mind. A protection that ensures what's coming will not be tainted or touched by anything that wishes to steal your peace. The blessing is not just about what's being given, it's about the security that comes with it. This is not a fragile gift. It is eternal in its purpose. It is sealed by divine authority. And even though you may feel small right now, even though you may still feel bruised from the journey, you are about to be reminded of who you are in God's eyes. You are not invisible. You are not behind. You are not cursed. You are chosen, and this transfer is the evidence of that choice. It's heaven's way of saying, I still have plans for you. I still see beauty in your future. I still believe in what I placed inside of you. The hour is coming. The release is coming. The moment is coming. And when it does, you will not need to fight to hold on to it. It will rest upon you with ease. Because this isn't something you earned through striving. This is something you inherited through faith. God saw your hands when they were empty, and now He is filling them, not just with things, but with meaning. With peace. With purpose. This transfer may not look like what you expected. It may come through people or paths you didn't plan for. But it will carry the unmistakable mark of heaven. You will know it's from God because it will fit where nothing else ever has. It will settle into your life not as a surprise, but as something your soul always knew was coming. And when it lands, it will bring with it a softness that quiets every question, a clarity that removes all confusion, and a joy that feels holy. Do not worry about how others will see it. This was not designed for their understanding. It was designed for your healing. There are some blessings God sends in silence, not because they are small, but because they are sacred. What's coming to you is so personal, so intimate, so wrapped in love that God will not allow it to be polluted by outside opinions. It is for you. Only you. And tonight, when the time strikes, the transfer will be complete, not just in the realm of heaven, but in your heart. You will feel it. You will know. Because the weight will lift. The ache will soften. And the peace of God will rest on you like a gentle promise fulfilled. You have cried enough. You have waited long enough. And even when your faith wavered, your heart never fully let go of God's promises. That small flicker of hope you kept alive through everything, it has drawn the attention of angels. That tiny ember of trust has now become a flame, and heaven is responding not with delay, but with a sudden and unstoppable outpouring. God has not forgotten how deeply you've been hurt. He has not ignored how many times you chose forgiveness over bitterness, even when it broke your spirit. He saw when you wanted to quit but kept going anyway. And now, He is saying, I am not only healing you. I am honoring you. This transfer is that honor. It's not just a reward, it's a restoration of all the pieces that were taken or shattered along the way. Every second you wait, wealth meant for you slips into someone else's hands. A hidden brain wave, once buried in CIA files, has been proven to awaken unstoppable prosperity. In just 7 minutes, you can unlock the switch inside your mind that draws abundance like a magnet. This is more than an opportunity, it is destiny knocking. Click the link in the video description and comments below to activate your hidden wealth wave right now. Type 222 if you trust that God is with you always. This moment was never dependent on anyone else. No person had the power to delay or deliver what heaven authored for you. That is why you were separated from some people, pulled away from certain situations, and redirected in ways you didn't always understand. It wasn't rejection, it was protection. God refused to let what is holy be placed in hands that were never meant to carry your blessing. Tonight's transfer is coming in layers. It will begin with a spiritual weight being lifted. Your heart will notice the difference before your eyes ever see it. The restlessness will fade. The questions will quiet. You'll feel a new stillness wrap around your soul, and that is the Spirit of God confirming that the transaction has begun. You will not need to chase signs. They will come to you. One by one, they will unfold, confirming that everything you've been waiting for is not just possible, it's already happening. There is a grace that is going to fall on your life after this. A calm that surpasses understanding. And with it will come unexpected favor, doors that open without explanation, relationships that arrive with ease, answers that flow like water into the cracks of your confusion. This is not just a blessing. This is a complete spiritual reversal. A divine rerouting that shifts you from surviving to thriving, from enduring to embracing. Your hands will no longer remain empty. Your voice will no longer tremble with uncertainty. Your spirit will no longer shrink beneath the weight of unfulfilled promises. This transfer is coming to restore your boldness, not arrogance, but holy confidence. The kind that knows who you are in God's eyes. The kind that walks forward even when the path is unfamiliar, because the one leading you is trustworthy. And as this release takes place, heaven will not just pour into you, it will pour through you. The overflow coming is meant to bless others around you. People who have lost their way will find hope again by watching what God does in your life. The healing that you receive will ripple into the hearts of others who are still silently suffering. You will not just carry the blessing. You will become the evidence of it. The story of your life is shifting. No longer will you be the one others pity in secret. No longer will you feel like the one who was passed over. You are now the one heaven is showcasing, not for show, but for purpose. You are the vessel chosen for this moment, and nothing will stop what has already been written in the language of eternity. Let this be the hour where you let go of every thought that told you it wouldn't happen. Let this be the hour where you rest, truly rest, knowing that what's being transferred is not coming from people, but from God Himself. No hands can touch it, delay it, or redirect it. You don't need to perform for it. You don't need to prove your worth for it. You only need to open your heart and say, Lord, I receive it. Type 333 to welcome peace into your heart. There are blessings that come suddenly, and there are blessings that are built over time with tears, endurance, and faith. This one is both. It carries the weight of your waiting and the breath of God's timing. It has been carried through battles you didn't even know were being fought in the background of your life. Angels warred for you. Not because you were perfect, but because you were marked. Not because you never fell, but because you never gave up. This divine transfer is not just wealth or opportunity, it is release. Release from old identities that no longer fit the person you've become through Christ. Release from cycles that made you question your value. Release from shame you never deserved to carry. This moment is heaven's answer to all the prayers you thought were forgotten. And God is making sure that when it comes, you are not just a witness to it, you are the living, breathing recipient. Heaven has measured the capacity of your heart. God has searched the corners of your life and knows exactly where the emptiness still lives. That is why this transfer is not surface level. It is soul deep. It is going to meet you in the places where nothing else could reach. The parts of you that smiled while suffering. The parts of you that served others while silently bleeding. Those hidden wounds are being visited by the Spirit tonight, not with noise, but with healing, holy stillness. Even now, God is already speaking into your future. Declaring over your name the words that erase every curse spoken in ignorance or bitterness. There is no room for fear anymore. There is no space for doubt. The time of wondering if you are worthy is over. Heaven has decided, and your worth is not up for debate. What is coming because God said so, not because anyone approved it, and not because anyone else understands it. This is not a blessing meant to entertain you. This is a blessing that will build you. You will feel your posture change, not in pride, but in peace. You will walk into rooms with a stillness that carries heaven's authority. You will speak with a tone that doesn't need to prove anything, because the presence of God will be so strong on you that it speaks before you even open your mouth. And yes, others will notice. Some will be drawn to it, and some will be uncomfortable around it. Not because you've changed for the worse, but because the light that God is placing on your life will reveal things in others they weren't ready to confront. Do not shrink. Do not dim your light for the comfort of those who chose to stay in shadows. Your time has come. This transfer is confirmation that your story matters, your obedience mattered, and your faith carried more weight than you ever imagined. At 8:15 p.m. tonight, something will finalize in the Spirit. You may not hear a sound. You may not see a sign. But you will know. Deep within your chest, you'll feel the moment something lifts, an invisible heaviness gone, replaced with a warmth you haven't felt in years. The struggles you've faced were never your fault. A hidden brain frequency, once buried in secret research, has been silently holding back your wealth. Now, for the first time, it is available to you, and it only takes minutes to activate. Imagine the chains of debt breaking, the doors of opportunity opening, and your life flooding with prosperity. This chance may never return. Click the link in the video description and comments below to claim it now.